Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, in a quiet cottage nestled at the edge of a sleepy village, lived a boy named Jack and his mother. Times were hard and food was scarce. One morning, Jack's mother sighed and said, "We have nothing left but our cow. You must take her to market and sell her, Jack." And so, with a heavy heart, Jack set off, leading the gentle brown and white cow by a rope. They passed timber-framed houses with flower boxes in full bloom, and curious faces peeked out from the window. Chickens clucked and scattered as they walked by, the cobbled street echoing beneath their feet. "Come on, Daisy," he murmured to the cow. "We'll find someone kind at the market. Maybe even someone who'll take care of you." The morning sun warmed the rooftops, and the villagers nodded in greeting, though Jack noticed a few furrowed brows and pitying glances. As the sun began to set, Jack returned, not with money, but with a small handful of strange, shimmering beans. "What are those? Where's the money?" Jack's mother asked. "A traveler gave them to me. He called them magic beans. He said they'd bring fortune beyond imagination." His mother's face fell. "Magic beans?" she cried. "You've been tricked, Jack." In frustration, she tossed the beans out the window. That night, neither of them spoke a word as they went to bed. The beans scattered in the soil, glimmering faintly beneath the moonlight. But during the night, something marvelous happened. One of the beans took root in the earth, and by midnight, a sprout had emerged. It grew and grew and grew. Leaves as wide as barrels unfurled as the stalk coiled upward, twinkling with magic. By dawn, it had vanished into the clouds. Forest animals, foxes, owls, rabbits, peeked out from the bushes and treetops, gazing at the miraculous stalk in wonder. Jack stood before the vine, its surface glowing green and gold, with wonder lighting his face. He reached out and grabbed hold. "If it really is magic, maybe it can help us," Jack said. He began to climb, hand over hand, foot over foot. Higher and higher he rose, passing startled birds and swirls of mist. His mother watched from the ground, eyes wide and heart racing. Hours passed. The cottage shrank to a dot, then disappeared beneath the clouds. Jack pressed on until at last the vine leveled out onto a strange and misty world above. Jack stepped onto the cloudy plain and gazed in awe. Before him loomed a castle of pale stone, its spires glowing like candles through the mist. Near the gate stood a mysterious lady with long silver hair and a red pointed cap. She held a staff carved with runes. "You've come far, Jack," said the woman. "Few have climbed this high with a heart still pure. Not all treasures are gold. Be mindful of what you seek." Jack nodded, unsure of what to say. The lady smiled faintly, turned, and faded into the clouds. Inside the castle, Jack crept along grand corridors lined with paintings and candle-lit sconces. The scent of roasted meat led him to the dining hall. There sat a giant, half asleep, tearing chunks of meat from a bone and slurping stew from a golden bowl. The room shook with each bite. Jack ducked behind a harp stand. The harp was unlike any he'd ever seen, golden and finely wrought, humming a soft lullaby. Jack listened. He heard the giant. "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Jack held his breath, but the giant, sated and sleepy, soon dozed off, his snores echoing through the hall. As the giant snored, Jack crept toward a coop in the corner. Inside sat a small hen with shimmering gold feathers. To Jack's astonishment, she laid an egg of pure gold right before his eyes. "You'll change everything for us," Jack said. "Come on, little one." Jack gently picked up the hen and tiptoed back the way he came. But the hen gave a startled squawk. The giant stirred, then sat up with a roar. "Thief!" yelled the giant. Jack ran, heart pounding, as thunderous footsteps shook the halls. He scrambled onto the beanstalk, barely ahead of the bellowing giant. The descent was terrifying. The beanstalk swayed under their weight. Jack slipped, caught himself, and climbed down faster. Below, the cottage roof came into view. Jack landed hard on the ground and called out, "Mother, the axe!" She rushed it to him, and Jack swung with all his might. The vine groaned, leaves tore, clouds swirled. With a final strike, the beanstalk snapped. The giant tumbled from the sky, vanishing into the mist with a roar and a crash that shook the forest. The danger was gone. The golden hen laid an egg every morning. Jack repaired the cottage, planted flowers in the window, and filled the pantry with food. Evenings were filled with warmth and music, the golden harp playing tunes that lulled them to sleep. Jack and his mother never knew hunger again. Their cottage became a place of laughter, stories, and comfort. And on windy nights, when the clouds drifted low, villagers would swear they heard a harp's song and the whisper of leaves dancing in the sky. The end.